What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for the first ever Minnesota Wild prospect watch. This is less of a watch party, less play-by-play, and more on focusing on our Minnesota Wild prospects who are going to be active in this year's World Junior Championship. Puck has dropped between the United States and Latvia. If you're new to this channel, what is up? It is the podcast channel of the Sota Pod, where we post podcast clips, exclusive content, and of course, try to cover as much USA hockey as we possibly can. So again, shout out to everybody joining. We appreciate you, and sit back and relax on this Boxing Day. That's right, Boxing Day World Junior Championship Day 1. And what a fun tournament it has been thus far, folks. The first game was outstanding. Switzerland upsetting Finland, defeating them 3-2 in overtime, and then Austria getting their ass kicked right out of the gate against Sweden. What was the final score? Like 11-0, something like that. That was crazy. Shout out to Victoria in the chat. Shout out to Liam Wolf in the chat. Liam Wolf already with the prediction. 5-1 USA. Are you giving too much respect to Latvia there, buddy? Are you giving too much respect to Latvia? I'm going to say that the U.S. probably get this one done 7-1. I'll say 7-1, and we'll lock it in. Lock yours in as well, Liam. Again, appreciate all of you live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel. Keeping our eye here on Jack Peart, the only Minnesota Wild prospect on Team USA. But the Wild have a few prospects scattered all around the international team, which will make this tournament fun to watch, especially if you are a fan of the Wild, like I am, out here in Minnesota. Speaking of Minnesota, though, a ton of Minnesota boys on this team. University of Minnesota, St. Cloud. Jack Peart being one of them, defenseman on St. Cloud. So that is cool to see. And there usually is on Team USA a big Minnesota presence, and there is this year as well. Let me know in the live chat if you dig the build of the Americans this year. I know Canada went a little bigger, a little heavier versus the skill. And I mean, they have Connor Bedard and Shane Wright and Dylan Gunther. So, I mean, they do have skill, don't get me wrong. But you know what I mean? They went with the big boys, especially on the back end. What do you think about how the U.S. built their team this year? Let me know. But we're here, like I said, like you see in the top corner, to keep our eye on Jack Peart. So far, the Americans moving the puck pretty damn well. 17:45 in this first period. Jack Peart, by the way, number 20. Is he number 20? Yes, number 23 on the Americans. Vote in the poll question as well, folks. It's simply, do you think Jack Peart's going to be a legit Minnesota Wild down the road? Yes, no, or do not know yet. Again, totally interactive stream here, so if you want to drop some comments, please do so in the live chat. 3 minutes into this first period, and the U.S. dominating with the possession right now. Luke Hughes, the captain of this American team, as he comes in the left side. Blows a tire, though. Blows a tire. And there's one game that's already been played on this ice earlier today, the opening game of this tournament, folks, which was played in Moncton here. Group B will do all their games in Moncton, whereas Group A in Halifax. I was surprised to see that the Moncton Arena actually has 8,800 seats. That's a hell of a junior rink. I think there's one of the Finnish players who was actually on the Moncton Wildcats in the QMJHL. Latvia chasing for it, 16-18 in the first. U.S. gets in their own zone, working a breakout here. Kind of cleared to the center ice and deflected in deep. U.S. went to chase for it, but couldn't get it there. A little battle right side in the neutral zone. U.S. with a good entry here. Latvia on them net. Latvia ends up breaking them up. A shot from the outside. I don't know if that went off the goaltender, if that went wide, but U.S. has it. Left side of their blue line. Dancing with it. Right side. Into the slot, a shot by the Americans. They don't get it. Still possession, though, as they take it back to the center. I'm going to do U.S. games. As many as I can. However, the main focus of this is wild prospects. So I'm pretty much just going to do games. Maybe I'm not going to do every day, every game sort of thing. We'll do a couple here and there that I can, well, more than a couple, a few here and there throughout this tournament, mostly keeping our eye on the Minnesota Wild prospects. Lucius with a nice shot. Beautiful glove save by the Latvian goaltender. Liam, Merry Christmas. How was your holidays, buddy? By the way, an awesome preview to Team Canada will be posted on this channel literally within like 2 minutes of this video or this stream ending, folks. So look forward to that. So I guess, Liam, to answer your question, like we're not only doing U.S. games. We try to only primarily do U.S. games on this channel, but this tournament's going to be focused on the Minnesota Wild prospects. Bumper spot right now as they battle for a lot of bodies there in Latvia. Gets it as they move up the right side. 14:30 left in this first period. Not a lot of whistles here. This game might go by pretty quick, folks. Chance by the U.S. They still have possession in the offensive zone. Only got one shot off there. Walking in. Beautiful backhand entering the slot for the Americans. If you want to check out just what everyone's numbers and everything, I did post all the players, where they go to university, where they're from. I mean, some of them don't go to university. Some of them actually play junior hockey as well. But you know what I mean. All everything you need to know about them in the description of this video. Most importantly, though, like I said, their number if you want to follow along, much like myself. Again, Jack Peart, number 23 for the United States. Liam, I haven't watched a stream since here, the World Juniors. Well, Liam, you should check out my other channel where I do streams at least 3 or 4 times a week, brother. Here, I'll throw you the link here. Primarily, I do streams now on the City Life Project YouTube channel, my man. But World Juniors, as you know, is my favorite tournament ever. And the Minnesota Wild, not as big of a presence as they've been in years past, but they have a pretty good presence nonetheless. So, like I said, if I can, I'll jump on here and we'll do a few of these in the tournament. At least one game with every Minnesota Wild prospect so we can show them some love. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment in the live chat, and check out the podcast, the Sota Pod, wherever you get your podcast from. 4 games today, folks. 4 games in this opening day. Absolutely love it. Nice entry for the Americans. Tried to drop it in the slot there, but no one. One shot apiece. However, puck control definitely in the Americans' favor. I paused there for a second because Latvia actually had a decent chance where the goaltender could not find the puck. Americans back in here. Chance. Beautiful kick save by Latvian goaltending. And by the way, that's been a constant for both the Latvian junior program and their Olympic men's program, is they've always had good goaltenders. By the way, shout out USA. USA Air Force hockey team. What is up? Shout out to Joe for lending me this jersey. Sick jersey, by the way. Sick jersey. Anyways, Liam, I just threw the link to my other channel that I stream on in the comments there, buddy. Shots 3 for the Americans, 2 for Latvia, as they're almost halfway through this first period. If you want a better look at the stats, let me know, folks. I can bring it up like this if that's easier for you to read. Again, this channel, like and subscribe if you dig my vibe. We post podcast clips from all of our podcast recordings across the Sota Pod podcast. We have a ton of different podcasts on our little channel. We post a lot of clips from every single one of the podcasts that we do on the channel, covering NCAA hockey, Wild prospects, Minnesota Wild, and of course, craft beer in the United States. So we have clips about that, as well as exclusive content, brewery tours and things of that nature. Some original funny stuff as well on the channel. So like it, drop a comment in the live chat. We do a few live streams. We're planning to do more interactive live streams as the season go on that look a lot less like this and more like multi-camera angles. I don't know. I'll tease it like that. I'll tease it like that. Multi-camera angles, different rooms, different games going on. Truly like if you're at a pub watching the game with some friends. So we'll continue to preview that in the coming weeks here. But again, Minnesota Wild prospect watch. Wanted to at least, at the very minimum, I mean, I'm watching every single one of these games. This is like, the 25th isn't Christmas for me. The 26th, in 2 weeks after that's Christmas for me. Those are my holidays, World Juniors. I'm watching every game, but we didn't want to ruffle any feathers, for lack of a better term. There's so many other great channels covering World Junior Hockey, doing play-by-play and commentary. That's not what we're here for. If you want to hear me do commentary, check out the City Life Project YouTube channel for MMA. We're here, Wild Prospect Watch, and cheer on the Americans, right? USA over Latvia. I can't root for Latvia while I'm living in the United States. Although Latvian jerseys are sick. Yeah, and again, let me know how you dig the USA build. What's up, buddy? What's up in Florida? You're in Florida? Escaping the cold. Escaping the cold. I've been waiting for you to deliver me my pizza, dude. What the hell? Hope you're having a great trip in Florida, man. Merry Christmas. Again, for those who have not heard of, which again, most people who follow this podcast and this YouTube channel from Minnesota, defenseman Jack Peart, Fargo Force for one full season before joining St. Cloud State. He had 17 points in 32 games last year. Again, he's a defenseman. Points necessarily aren't the tell-all for him. He's a great two-way player as well. But, this year, picking up where he left off, 15 points, 13 assists, 2 goals in 18 games played. Not that plus-minus is everything, but he is a plus 10 on the season. So having a good year. Made the junior team again. I believe made the team last year, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And I know the Americans disappointed last year, but they are, they are favorites. They are in that top tier as they are every year. And I really, really dig the players that they brought on this year. Logan Cooley, especially, as he had a shot on the Latvian netminder. Again, I thought the Americans would absolutely work Latvia in this game. Now there's a lot of time left, and kind of what we see in this tournament too is the first period, both teams kind of still building chemistry, still getting the rhythm, still getting used to what the other team is bringing. And then usually the favorites seem to really take it away second period on. I'm still predicting that the Americans are going to run up the score in this one, but Latvia so far playing pretty damn good defense. That'll be difficult from here, but I'll work on it. Good breakout guy for the Huskies. Thoughts on Sweden beating the wheels off Austria? I mean, it was expected. It was expected. I mean, who the hell does Austria have that's going to be an NHLer right now, right? Zero. I mean, there's a small chance. I'm interested to see the Slovaks, to be honest. They haven't showed well the last few years. If anything, I think Latvia is a funner team to watch, I guess, just because they're very defense heavy. And I mean, they can actually hold their own against really good teams like they did last year in the tournament, or earlier this year, I should say. And like they're doing right now early on against the Americans, holding the Americans to 6 shots to 2. Again, folks, appreciate all of you tuning in here live on the SotaPod YouTube channel. This YouTube channel serves as posting a lot of clips of our podcast, the SotaPod podcast. Find it wherever you get your podcasts from. We also do some exclusive brewery tours and Minnesota craft beer content on this channel, as well as select USA hockey watch parties. But we're focusing this World Juniors, this 2023 World Juniors, on the Minnesota Wild prospects. Now, I know there's not a lot of prospects and they're scattered around all the teams, but that kind of gives us incentive, gives us some drive to watch more teams in this tournament rather than just the American games, rather than just Team Canada. Those teams that are really going to put on a show. I mean, Switzerland, by the way, put on a show today. Wow, really, they played tremendously against Finland. But anyways. Slovaks is Nemec and our boy Petrovsky. Yes, indeed, brother. Yes, indeed. Maybe in between periods, I'll go over every player. I'll bring it up right now as well. Bum, 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 bum. I know Wilderness Hockey. Shout out to them. Yeah, Wilderness, the SB Nation. They did a good breakdown of the Wild prospects. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first round. Shots 6-2 for the Americans. Solid defense by Latvia. Solid goaltending by Latvia. And I mean, Latvia always has good defense. Or always has good goaltending, I should say. So I'm not surprised there. And Latvia, they have wheels. They're a quick team, but their passing is just a little bit off compared to the Americans. Not as crisp and clean. And they're getting into the American zone and not being able to get shots off, except for theirs. They got a shot off from the slot number 19 for Latvia. Beautiful opportunity there. A lapse in the American defense. I don't know if that puck was on net. It doesn't look like it is as per the shot clock, but man, okay, we're looking at a replay of it now. That's being in the right place. Fighting for battles there. Oh, beautiful tic-tac-toe play. No, that bounced off two American defenders there. Tic-tac-toe. Wow. Hey, good job by the Americans there, as that was probably Latvia's best chance of the game. Again, keep the comments coming. If I miss any, I'll get right back to them. I'm just getting that article up where we can go through some of the other Minnesota Wild prospects who will be featured in this tournament. Cooley on the left wing with speed. Cooley left side here. Just waiting for enforcements, and too quick was one of them. Skates right by the puck, and Latvia regained possession, battling now in the neutral zone. 7 minutes left in this first period. Can't believe I haven't said first round yet. I've been doing so many MMA streams. I'm used to that. Good takeaway by the American there. Up the left side, leaves back. Snuggeroo dancing through the neutral zone. Shot goes wide. There's another gopher there as well. Again, Minnesota hockey well represented. Whether it's Wild prospects and or Minnesota State hockey. Beautiful hit on Latvia by the American. Latvia's possession in their own zone. Looking to work out a breakout here. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first period. And that's icing for Latvia, as they didn't get success on their breakout and just ring it down the ice. Again, SB Nation Hockey Wilderness. Check them out. They have a great article covering all the Minnesota prospects. We got Jack Peart for the United States. Kaidan Bankier, Team Canada, and he's sick. He is a guy, and you guys should check out the video that's posting right after this stream, and you'll understand what I mean there. Liam Ogren for Sweden, hell of a game today. Servek Petrovsky for Slovakia, and David Spacek for Czech. So the Minnesota Wild prospects sprinkled around Czechia, Slovakia, Sweden, Canada, and the United States. Honestly, great teams to watch as well in the tournament. So excited for that. Here's the link to the article. I will throw it in the live chat. Again, good defense. Smothering defense here by Latvia on the Americans. Americans are getting into they're winning the neutral zone battles easily. Latvia making it difficult for them to set up, though. Again, only 6-3 shots of the Americans. So much for my 7-1 victory for the Americans. Now I know there's 2 more periods of hockey left, but my goodness. Again, shout out to you all who are watching. Jack Peart watch here, and it looks like slashing call on the Americans here. Bridley, number 5 for Team USA. And he's going to go down go into the box for slashing. Again, like the video, folks. Shoot me a comment in the live chat. We're totally interactive throughout this stream. Power play for Latvia here. Moving the puck well on their blue line. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. Still with it. Latvia shot. I mean, that went. It was on net, but that was a far, far shot. Well outside the circles there. Behind the net. Latvia still with possession, though. Right side. Into the slot, a shot far. And that was deflected off an American. Latvia still has it, though. 1 minute into the power play. Peart right in front of the goalie here on this PK, first PK for the Americans. Peart has it now, actually. Loses it. Latvia. I mean, Latvia's pressure on this power play has been tremendous. Puck was loose. Another opportunity by Latvia. Doesn't get in. A good save by Augustine. Let's take a look at Peart doing a good job in front of the net. Peart, good job of clearing the crease as well. .42 seconds left in the Latvian power play. Again, I'm impressed with what Latvia is doing. Second unit out here for both the teams, actually. Second PK unit, second power play unit. 25 seconds left. Again, yeah, story of this period thus far. Latvia, they can play defense, and their goalie is just as good as pretty much every year we see Latvia have decent goaltending, folks. Again, hope you all have had a happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a safe New Year's coming up as well. Again, we typically try to do as many USA hockey watch parties here on the channel as we can. Primarily, we use this channel, though, to post podcast clips, brewery tours and content, as well as some original content as well. So if you dig my vibe, if you like my podcast, the Sota Pod, find it wherever you get your podcasts from. Hit me up. Subscribe to the channel. Again, this stream primarily prospect watch here. Jack Peart wasn't really noticeable much in the first period. Now Latvia didn't have a lot of pressure 5-on-5, so not surprised we didn't really see him, as most of the action was in the Latvian zone, as the Americans are full strength here and out of the box through a few players. Was the American, he got a shot off there. Latvia on their power play looked damn good, though, and finally was testing out the defense and goaltending a little bit more. Jack Peart on the first PK unit looked pretty good. Good job clearing the crease as well. Shot 7-4 for the Americans. Latvia comes up the right side. A beautiful pass right to the slot there, and a great read by the American goaltender, who didn't allow anything in that crease. Getting Latvia impressing me here. 3 minutes left in the first. And I think the longer we go without the Americans scoring first, I mean, the more the Latvian guys are going to be confident. Two minutes and 30 seconds left in this first period. Another good save by Augustine, the American goaltender. Again, all three of the American goaltenders undrafted. I mean, it's kind of like Canada, where the goaltenders are kind of they're unproven. They're unproven. Good prospects, but unproven. I think that's something to keep your eye on, a weakness on both of the teams. Maybe it's not a weakness. Maybe this is their coming out party. We shall see. Again, folks, if you haven't already, check out our podcast here, Minnesota Hockey Podcast, Minnesota Craft Beer Podcast as well. We have various contributors, various shows that cover a ton of stuff in the world of hockey and craft beer from this great state. Obviously, the Sota Pod main flagship show with myself and Hoppy twice a week. We also have the Brewery Travels podcast, NCAA, and of course, Judd's Buds. Now, celebrating a little bit too much here during the holidays, we made a little bit of a schedule change and dropped a new Judd's Buds episode this morning. Going to be doing some streaming, and then the Sota Pod and NCAA will be back to its normal schedule next week. Brewery Travels, though, check it out tomorrow with a brand new episode. So there's some North American Hockey League players in this tournament as well. Wow, 4 on Team Latvia, 2 on Slovakia. That's pretty cool to see. Pardon me. So 2 goaltenders and 2 defensemen in North American League hockey. Shots 7 apiece. USA, Latvia. USA had a tremendous power play. Got some opportunities down. Moved the puck really, really well. Kept possession the entire power play. Two minutes and 20 seconds left. Face off just to the right of the American goaltender. Like the video, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Again, podcast clips from our podcast, what we primarily post on this channel, as well as custom content, as well as exclusive brewery tours and interviews with some of our friends and some of the best people in the craft brewing industry here in the great state of Minnesota. All right, face off won by the Americans as they look to break out here. Jack Peart actually made the first pass to his defense partner on the right side, who sent it up. The Americans win the neutral zone battle, and a great entry there by Blake, number 9. Close, but no dice. Does it look like maybe try to backhand there? I'll take a look at the replay. Right from center. And yeah, a little soft backhand there. I don't know if maybe he lost it or just was checked there. Lost possession. Blake on the left wing again to take this face-off. And Latvia wins this face-off to the right of their goaltender. 2 minutes left in the first period. Said not a lot of whistles in like the first half of the period, but since that power play, it's been a little bit of a choppy game. US trying to get possession. Latvia smothering them as they've been doing all game thus far. Americans again dominating in neutral zone play there, even if they just have to dump it in. A few hits there. Double by the Americans. Two separate players, two separate plays. Latvia tried to center, and the Americans pick them off. Good entry for the States. A little bumblefuck there as the American winger just completely missed on their shot. Puck fluttered away. U.S. has it behind their own net. Again, Latvia, just a very tight, smothering defense here. Final 50 seconds of this first period. We'll run down in the break how the young man Jack Peart did in this first period, how the Americans did, how the Latvians have been playing. And we'll answer any of your questions in the live chat if you want to interact with us live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel. Nice shot by the Americans here. Quick whistle. Puck fluttered behind the net after the whistle. The Americans pleading that was too quick of a whistle as the puck wasn't fully covered there. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look... I mean, we're looking at the replay now. It doesn't look like the puck crossed the line before the whistle. No, that was after the whistle. But that's why the American is pleading his case here, is he did have another shot. Or he didn't have an opportunity to poke or anything. But hey, the ref saw that the goalie covered it. Are the Americans challenging it, or is it just a review right now? Looks like they're reviewing that to see if the puck crossed the line before the whistle. Wow, this could be the Americans' first goal of the last 30 seconds. Again, the Latvian goaltender, damn good thus far. Here we go, the Americans taking another look at it. Or the officials taking another look. The puck did cross the line, but was it before the whistle? It's under video review. We shall see. We shall see. If you haven't already liked this video, drop a comment in the live chat, folks. The official immediately waving it off as soon as the goaltender went down. Let's interested to see how this review goes. Again, vote in the poll question, folks, if you haven't already. All right, looks like if the officials have a decision. Talking here, about to make the official call. Call on the ice confirmed. No goal. No goal. Shots 8-7 for the Americans. 30 seconds left in this first period. Again, we'll run down how the prospect who we are basically doing this whole stream for, Mr. Jack Peart, has been doing in this first period. We'll take a look at how the Americans have been doing, how Latvia has been doing. If you guys have any questions or want to talk about any of the other games that have gone down or that are going to go down today. Final game of the day, Canada, Czechia. And look at that. The Americans get their pocket picked by Latvia. 2-on-1. Great back check by the Americans. They're getting right back to their man. Latvia still has it, though. Right side in deep. And now the Americans putting the pressure on Latvia. Smothering them. 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that a penalty? No, it is not. And that will end the first period. Both teams had chances. Americans, obviously, crisp, clean passes. But man, that Latvian goaltender is damn good. All right, let's take a better look at the stats here, folks. Let's take a better look at the stats here. Shots on goal, like I said, 8-9 for the Americans. So it was pretty even there. As far as penalty minutes, the Americans are the only one that took a penalty. 0-4-1 on the power play for Latvia. Penalty kill looked good for the Americans. Face-off wins, 8-6 for Latvia. 57% as a result. So the story of the game for me, let's start with our boy Jack Peart. The reason we're doing this stream is he's a Minnesota Wild prospect. We have a few Minnesota Wild prospects scattered on a few teams: USA, Sweden, Canada, Slovakia, and the Czechs. Excited to do at least one stream for all those. Maybe we won't rain on anyone's parade for Canada, but Russell would have to go back to back, and we ain't doing that here today. But Jack Peart wasn't really noticeable in the first half of the game, 5-on-5, and that's mostly because the Americans were putting the pressure. They had the puck control. They had the offensive zone time. They're basically just in the Latvian zone halfway through the first period until Latvia got a power play, and then they started to lay it on the Americans. They actually didn't lose possession that entire power play. They maybe lost possession as far as like a puck being broken up, and then they retrieved it. They never left the American zone throughout that entire 2-minute power play. They got a few shots on net, enough to get their shots back up, because at one point it was like 6-2 in shots for the Americans. Latvia, they come back in shots. Latvia also playing tremendous defense. And that's the thing. The Latvian group 5-on-5 is playing good defense. Look, they're not as fast as the Americans. They're not as skilled as the Americans. So even when they have like a 2-on-1, it's seemingly the Americans are catching up to them, and they can't. The Latvians have like one less pass in their arsenal on their breakout, for example, especially if they're up a man. The Americans, I just think they just need to pull the trigger a little bit more. They need to be a little bit more confident, use their speed to their advantage, not allow Latvia to make any of these breakouts, because when the puck is loose in the neutral zone, Latvia doesn't win any of those battles. So the U.S. doing great in the neutral zone, doing great with puck possession. They need to get more shots off. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. Latvia doing a tremendous job in goaltending and doing a tremendous job just defense as well. And on their power play, they've been damn good as well. All right, folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. Then we will come back. We'll talk again about Jack Peart. He's the reason we're doing this stream. Minnesota Wild Prospect Watch. We'll talk a little bit again about the American team in the first period, as well as Latvia. Again, quick takeaways. Jack Peart didn't see him much 5-on-5, especially in the first half of that first period, but he absolutely did a tremendous job on the PK. Good job of clearing the crease as well. In the second half of the first period, seemingly noticeable as Latvia, they had some confidence, and they started to actually make this a game. So far, so good for Jack Peart, playing pretty damn good defensively. He hasn't really bumblefucked any of his first passes, if he's the one leading the charge or anything. So happy with what I've seen from him thus far. I'm impressed with Latvians' defense and goaltending. Surprise, surprise. And United States, well, they have the puck possession. They just need to pull the trigger a little bit more on shots. We'll be back on the other side, but how about we take a word for some of our partners here? And if you're a fan of me and if you want to support my work, check out what we have for you on the City Life Project YouTube channel as well. So we have a few words from our partners here on the other side. We'll take a quick break, and then we will be back. We'll be back in 4 to 5 minutes time to run down again how that first period went, how Jack Peart went, and here to also answer any of your questions here in the live chat as well. RJ, what's going on, RJ? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hope you're having a great holidays. RJ, I'll be right back. I'll be right back to continue to hang out with you here on the other side. USA, let's go. Like, subscribe. I appreciate you all. Further rundown of Latvia, United States, and Jack Peart on this Minnesota Wild Prospect Watch. Latvia, USA, here live on the Sota Pod YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Are you also thinking, how can I look fly as for the holiday season? Well, then we have the answer for you. Go check out thecitylifeproject.com. Yes, our channel's official merch site. We will be adding seasonal merch all the time, updating the store, exclusive seasonal drops as well. We just started out. If you want to support the channel more than our exclusive members, shout out to all of these beauties. then go ahead and check out the store. Again, let us know if you have any suggestions for merch that you would love to buy, and we appreciate all the support again.
Looks like you guys are ready for the next level. Smaller time.
focus today is men who have had unsuccessful plastic surgery.
Enter Peach's All-American Sweepstakes with a grocery purchase of $50 or more.
Might as well just hit this bowl.
Tickets to our nation's first.
Are you also thinking, how can I look fly as for the holiday season? Well, then we have the answer for you. Go check out the CityLifeProject.com. Yes, our channel's official merch site. We will be adding seasonal merch all the time, updating the store, exclusive seasonal drops as well. We just started out. If you want to support the channel more than our exclusive members, shout out to all of these beauties. Then go ahead and check out the store. Again, let us know if you have any suggestions for merch that you would love to buy, and we appreciate all the support again.
And we are back live on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for our first ever Minnesota Wild prospect watch featuring the World Juniors. That's right, the 2023 World Juniors. And it's so funny. I was thinking to myself today, I was like, man, it felt like just yesterday we were watching World Juniors. Well, it pretty much was yesterday. It was in August because of the global pandemic. Obviously, things were shifted around, and we had to watch World Junior hockey in the summer. No complaints from me. I bet the viewership is a lot better now, and I'm pretty sure this tournament was supposed to be held in Europe, but again, because of the global pandemic, it was just easier to do it in Canada, Halifax and Moncton to be exact. But we will see if it goes back to the other side of the world next year and in the future, now that things are pretty much under control. Okay, we are here to talk about Jack Peart. We will get right back to the comments here in just a moment's time. Shout out to you, Tom. Everyone, go give Tom's channel a like as well. RJ, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you as well, brother. Jack Peart's the only Minnesota Wild prospect who is in this game on this American team. Shout out to the North American Hockey League players on Team Latvia, though 4 of them, 2 defensemen, 2 goalies. NAHL players on Team Latvia. Jack Peart had a pretty good first period for Team USA. Wasn't really seen much in the first period. I mean, let's be honest. The first half of the first period, it was all Team USA, possession time and everything. After the US went shorthanded, though, and Latvia went on their power play, that's where we really got to see Jack Peart shine. He's great at clearing the crease. He was in the dirty areas. He was in the dirty areas right in front of the net or directly next to it, trying to physically and literally defend any shot that was thrown his way and or blocks. He didn't end up blocking any shots in that first period, but he looked good in front of the net. And then when Latvia really were pressing later in that period towards the end, I mean, Jack Peart was very much a staple, and he looked damn good thus far. So I didn't see him much in the first half of the first period. That's just because the Americans were pretty much in the offensive zone for all that time. But he got first PK. He was on the first PK unit, looked damn good, and then we saw him a lot as Latvia made a bunch of pushes in the end of that first period. Takeaways for me: Latvia, incredible goaltending, incredible defense. The United States, great possession numbers. They just got to pull the trigger a little bit more. Whoa, what is up, the MVP show? It has been a while, sir. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing all right. Luke Hughes about to show the world how good he is. He's damn good. He's damn good. I heard that you guys are going to snatch the other one from Vancouver, as he is now untouchable. How crazy would that be? The Hughes trio in New Jersey. I'm not even playing here. The MVP show. There's been serious talks between the Devils and the Canucks. I'm doing Czechia versus Canada next. If you want to sub me up, I am subscribed to Rated R Tom. Everyone else should subscribe to Rated R Tom as well, as he's going to be doing the Canada game on his channel. We're going to aim to do at least one Canada game throughout this tournament so we can cover every team, at least once of every team that has a Minnesota Wild prospect. Again, check out Wilderness Hockey. They did a good rundown on the Minnesota Wild prospects. That is like if you're not subscribed to The Athletic or whatever, this one's free and they did a good job of it. I'll throw the link here in the live chat as well if you're curious who from the Minnesota Wild is in this tournament here this year. Puck is about to drop here for the second period. Jack Peart, of course, for the United States, number 23. We also have Kaidan Bank here on Team Canada. I believe he's playing in the third pairing, I think, for Canada. Or sorry, third line, I think, for Canada. But anyways, third or fourth line, more shutdown, but he's been damn good. And I think even scored in one of the preliminary games. Liam Ogren for Sweden had a great game earlier today as they trounced Austria. Servac Petrovsky, great pick for the Minnesota Wild. Excited to see him play on Slovakia. And of course, David Spacek for Czechia. Shots 9-8 in favor of the Americans. It's still a 0-0 game. Start to the second period. So there you go, folks. We'll try to do at least one game of every team that has a Minnesota Wild prospect on the roster. That's what we're aiming for this year. Again, Logan Cooley, number 92 for the United States. Keep your eye out for him. He's an absolute stud. Yeah, beginning of the first period too, like a lot of flow up. Again, up until that power play for Latvia, not a lot of whistles, wasn't really choppy. Already we have a whistle 40 seconds in to this first period. Second period, my mistake. And there we go. The Americans. Snuggerud gets credit for that one. It might be a dirty goal, but they open up the scoring here in the first minute. Let's go, baby. Here we go. Checking out the replay right now. Latvia tried to exit their right side. Puck's bouncing all over the place. Snuggerud gets credit with it because he puts it on net pretty much here. Bouncing puck. Snuggerud was the last American player to touch it. Looks like it bounced off a Latvian player. Yeah, the Latvian captain just up and down right into the net. Hey, may not be pretty, but the Americans are on the board. And there you go. Little Minnesota connection. Snuggerud on the Minnesota Golden Gophers is credited with the first goal for Team USA. And go to the net and good things can happen. And there you go. First 30 seconds. On the 30th second in this opening moments of the second period, the Americans get on the board. What do we have? Let me scroll up here. We had our boy Liam. He thinks the Americans are going to win. Blah, blah, blah. Where was your prediction, Liam? 5-1. I said 7-1. Now I'm feel like I'm going to eat crow a little bit. Logan Cooley with the assist, baby. Assist on like the dirtiest goal of the tournament yet, but hey, you'll take it. We'll take it. Yo, Richie, check out this jersey. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I know you appreciate that. Sean, what's going on, Sean? USA 3-1. Again, I underestimated the Latvian goaltender like I do every single year. Doesn't matter. Men's, juniors, whatever. Latvians know how to breed goaltenders. They always are a headache in Olympic play, U18, U20, World Championship. I mean, geez. Icing on Latvia right now. Man, how I jinxed it. I said in the first period, I was like, oh, this isn't a really choppy game at all. There's a lot of flow to it, and already we are barely 2 minutes in. Goal and a few whistles. Sean, Richie, how do you like the American build this year for the team? I know Canada, they went bigger, but hey, when you have Bedard, when you have Gunther, when you have Shane Wright on the team, you can kind of just put big boys around them and be okay, unlike maybe stocking up with talent depth, for lack of a better term. No, every kid on Canada and the United States, they're talented. Every kid is talented who's in this tournament, best on best. But you know what I mean. Canada decided to insulate those guys a little bit. How are you digging the American build thus far? Shots 11-8 for the Americans. They're up 1-0, 17-40 in this second period. Americans have it. Right side. Shot on net. And a save by Latvia. And let me know, Sean, if you agree or not as well. I thought Jack Peart had a pretty good first period. Didn't see him much 5-on-5 in like the first half of the period, as well, the United States had possession most of the time in the offensive zone. However, I thought he had a good PK. I thought he looked great on that first PK unit. And then 5-on-5 later in the period, I thought he looked fine as well. He's good at clearing the crease. I'll give him that. All right, face off to the left of the Latvian goaltender. And the Americans retrieve it in the neutral zone. Now, again, the Americans have been winning every battle in the neutral zone. And the Americans send it in. Latvia was playing with confidence towards the end of that first period. Let's see if they can get that back, as they're seemingly losing or behind a step here. The Americans have it at the blue line, send it back in. And we're going to have another whistle here. And a lot choppier of a period thus far. 16:50 in the second. Americans up 1-0. Favorite might have been the best defensive player in the tournament of the last two World Juniors. He'll be missed this year. Yeah, absolutely. He may have been the best player, though. Didn't help them last year, as I know it was a upset exit for the United States last season. But Sean, overall, like, how do you think the build is this year? Do you think they adjusted or built the team, to be able to beat Finland, Canada, or do you think they still just went with the best players in the country? Because in the U.S., I mean, like Canada now, there's so many players that you can choose from. I like the American jerseys, by the way, too. I like the numbers. Very, very WHL-esque. Shots 14-8 for the Americans. They're really pushing the pace here early in the second period. Possession for the Americans still here as they go tic-tac-toe back and forth from the blue line to their forward group. In deep on the right side. Back to the blue line. Good retrieval by Cooley. I mean, man, he's just everywhere. That kid's sick. Back to the blue line. Fake the shot and a good block by Latvia. Again, Latvia's defense is solid. They smother the Americans. Sean saying, I don't really follow the development program or college hockey as much, just enjoying the hockey, honestly. Hey, nothing wrong with that. To be honest, like, other than, well, you'll see, Sean, as right after this stream, there's going to be a video posted on the Sota Pod YouTube channel. Other than that Canada breakdown, and you'll see why I wasn't much of a, what's the word? Analytical breakdown, but a breakdown nonetheless. I didn't even know much of Canada's build, and what was kind of unearthed in that breakdown was how big the Canadians are. this year. They went with size to insulate their superstars. I mean, Lambos didn't make the team, right? All their defense are like over 6 feet, 200 pounds. Latvia on the breakout here. 2-on-1 for Latvia. And what a play by Latvia. Oh my goodness. Tic-tac-toe. Just when I thought it was coming in on the right side, pass left, I thought the shot was going to come on to the left side, but no, he sneaks in one more pass. And what did I say in the first period? I said in the first period that Latvia's one pass behind the Americans just because they're a little bit slower. Not here. Not here. This is exactly what they needed. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, number 7. I thought he was going to take the shot. The Americans bit and put all their pressure on that left side, and whoop, the puck went right through right side, completely open. And number 21 for Latvia ties this game. Jacob, what's going on, buddy? Latvia wins 3-2. Go Canada. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jacob? Thanks for joining. Beautiful, beautiful play by Latvia. They're shot 16-9 for the Americans, but it is a 1-1 game. Are you going to go up for a game, Jacob? Because they're playing in Halifax. The Americans playing Group B in Moncton. Good work by Middlestat there. Middlestat and Peart. The pairing here. Good defense by Peart and Middlestat. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate the Americans kind of bit on that one and just went all 3 of their guys. 2 of the guys chasing on the back check. And one guy actually had his man. And yeah, again, number 7 for Latvia. I thought he was going to take the shot, but he recognized there's 3 guys on me, 2 right behind me and 1 right in front of me. If I can sneak this through the legs, the guy, I think it was the captain on the right side, was wide open. Shot by Latvia from the blue line. That goes well left and wide. Americans now dump in the puck and they go for a change. 6 minutes into the second period. Yeah, first shot of the second period finds the back of the net for Team Latvia. In deep. Latvia gets it back from the Americans as they make their breakout. But again, neutral zone battles, it's all USA. 10-7 USA. As far, if we're speaking boxing terms, as far as their neutral zone fighting. Canada versus USA for gold and Sweden versus Finland for bronze. Canada wins gold, Sweden wins bronze. I have to watch Sweden play an actual team. Sorry, Austria, before I can write them off completely, because I don't know if that will be the case. We'll see who comes out of Group B. So far, the Americans have been inconsistent, man. I thought they were going to trounce Latvia. Latvia's playing damn good hockey here. Jacob, don't you mean Sweden versus Switzerland? As they upset Finland? How crazy would it be if Switzerland made it to the quarters? Or sorry, the semis. That would be awesome. Doubt that's going to happen, but that would be awesome. I like the Swiss program. Again, folks, the Americans playing a little inconsistent in this game. The first half of the first period, they absolutely dominated. Possession time, shots, everything. As soon as Latvia went on the power play, their confidence was back because they were able to hold the puck in the U.S. zone the entire power play. Though the U.S. did a great job on defense, Jack Peart in particular on the PK, Latvia was able to continue after that power play 5-on-5 to apply pressure. And though I said they're like a step behind as far as speed, as far as talent, man, that last play, they showed that they can hang with the Americans. As the Americans bit a little bit, I will say there's a 2-on-1 with two guys back checking for the Americans. All three of them pressured the left side. Number 7 for Latvia was able to get one more pass off right to that right side, cross crease, a beautiful shot. Goalie also bit on that left side as well, so it was nothing but net. I went to a pre-tourney game. It was Slovakia versus Austria. Nice, dude. Yeah, when the World Juniors came to Vancouver and Victoria, what was that, 2017, 2018? Something like that. Maybe it was 19 even. I don't remember. 2018, 19? It was in 2018 anyways. I saw Kazakhstan. I don't even know who they played. Kazakhstan play in Victoria. And then I went to Vancouver to watch Canada play the Czechs in Rogers Arena. Canada destroyed them in that game. I think Marty Nikash got like a misconduct too when he was on the team. All right, we're back out of here. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. Shots 17-9 for the Americans. However, it is a 1-1 game. Latvia with the nicer of the goals too. The Americans was a dirty one. I mean, they'll take it, but it was not pretty. Americans with the puck in the Latvian zone. Again, Latvia with a smothering defensive unit here. Nice pass down low, and unable to get it is the United States. As the goaltender was down, didn't even have his stick, and the Americans had a few chances there to get it in, and they could not capitalize. They still have it. Goalie without a stick for Latvia, and that puck rings off a defender or somebody and goes all the way back down the ice. No, it was a Latvian player who sent it down the ice. We're going to have an icing here. But let's take a look at the replay here. The Americans had a beautiful chance. The Latvian goaltender can't track it. It was behind him. Gauthier shoots. It's actually under Latvia. He can't see it, can't find it. Puck squeaks out to the right. A shot by the American as he's falling down there goes behind the net. Number 5 for Latvia. He lays down as well for that extra goaltender. Face up to the right side of the Latvian goaltender. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this second period. (19-9) in shots for the Americans, but again, 1-1 game. It's pretty even in shots in the first period. Towards the end of the first period, again, the opening frame of that first period was all the United States. Latvia with good defense and good goaltending, but still, pressure all the United States. Right side by the Americans. High slot moves in the left side, behind the net. Luke Hughes has it. Luke Hughes outside the right circle, doesn't get it. Luke Hughes has it again, back to the blue line. In deep left side. In front of the net, poking at it, and the goaltender covers it up there. I mean, that wouldn't have been a pretty goal too if that went in, but hey, the Americans will take whatever they can get right now with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second round, and we have another whistle. Again, like the video, folks. Drop a comment in the live chat. This channel is our podcast channel, so check out our podcast if you haven't already. The Sota Pod, wherever you get your podcasts from. We post clips of our podcasts, video clips of our podcasts on this channel, as well as some custom and exclusive brewery content from our great friends, partners, and just amazing people in the craft brewery industry here on the channel, whether that's tours, interviews, and again, some other fun stuff, live podcasts, you name it. Check out the channel, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Actually, we have a new video that's being posted literally the second after this video is posted, and the Americans with a shot and a goal. Outside the right circles there. Beautiful shot. Deflected on the way in. Behrens, number 12 for the Americans, a shot from the left side. Left side on the blue line, honestly. Had a lane there. Tipped in. Smart play and beautiful. Beautiful for the Americans. They're up 2-1 now. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. Face-off center of the ice here. Latvia wins the face-off. Latvia loses the puck on the zone entry. They retrieve it, though, and send it back to the blue line. Well, looks like the American actually retrieved it instead, and a missed pass there. A missed pass. The Latvian player thought he had it, but an American coming on the right side was able to get possession and get a shot on. Some words exchanged by both the Latvians and Americans. Here's the official. Escorts some of the players back to their bench. And again, shout out to this. Oh, it's the Latvian goaltender took a little whack at Stramel for the Americans. Sean Behrens scored in this second period, folks. Assists Savage and Duke. So despite being tipped, the defenseman's going to still take credit for the goal. Latvia has it in their own zone. Sends it behind the net, left side. Centers. Americans get it now. Neutral zone. Snuggeroo to Cooley. Cooley didn't get it clean. Back to Snuggeroo, though. That was a nice pass. Luke Hughes back to Cooley. Gauthier to Hughes. A lot of passing here. That one delayed penalty on Latvia? Yeah, number 9, captain of Latvia, saying for what? I didn't even see the penalty there either. As play is whistled dead after the American shot goes wide. Didn't look like the shot was interfered with or anything. Again, I appreciate everyone viewing. Like the video, drop a comment in the live chat. We're totally interactive, folks. Again, this channel is our vessel for posting video clips of our podcasts here on the Sota Pod. If you haven't subscribed yet to the Sota Pod, we are a Minnesota craft beer and hockey podcast. Yes, we cover the Minnesota Wild twice a week. We cover the NHL. We cover Minnesota college hockey, as well as amazing craft beer nationwide. We got a little something for everyone here. If you're a fan of craft beer, if you're a fan of hockey, international hockey, college hockey, and of course your Minnesota Wild, then you will love this podcast. Check it out, the Sota Pod podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from. On this channel, we show a lot of behind the scenes work we do with breweries, tours, interviews, all access to some of our great brewery partners and friends, as well as, like I said, clips from our podcasts, all on our channel. Like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Oh, and beautiful through the legs pass to himself to get that shot off. So I guess battling a little too hard was Ozolin's, captain number 9 for Latvia. A little too aggressive in front of the net there. Interference is the call. Hughes lets it go, and this is the first time Americans are going to have a power play in this game. Let's check out how the PK does for Latvia, primarily a defensive team. I imagine their PK is damn good, as Americans still have possession. Latvia not making it easy for them to set up. Pass broken up, and Latvia sends it down the ice. Hughes has it. Hughes brings it in. Back to the blue line. Back to the right side. Tic-tac-toe. One-timer. Right outside the right circle. Latvia has it. One-on-one. Latvia just trying to buy some time here in the offensive zone. Got to be careful, though, as there's a breakout for the States. Halfway through USA's man advantage, and Latvia doing a tremendous job on their PK. Good puck movement here. One-timer goes through the Latvian goalie, but he made the initial save, and puck gets ringed back down the ice. One or two more plays left for the Americans here. 30 seconds left in their power play. That was a great chance, and that looked like it went wide. 20 seconds left in the American power play. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period. Shots 25-9. So, boy, have the Americans really outshot Latvia. If I'm not mistaken, Latvia has, 2 shots in total in this period, one of them being a goal. Sota, what's going on, Sota? I've missed you on some of the fight streams, buddy. I hope you're having a great holidays. Merry Christmas to you. Love the Phillies. Profile picture there. 12 seconds left in the Americans' power play. Draw one in the neutral zone by Team USA. They have one more entry with an extra man. Broken up by Latvia. Latvia will be at full strength now as they kill off the first penalty. Yeah, buddy. I said, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great holidays. Merry Christmas. Americans have it in the Latvian zone. USA, USA. How you liking the tournament so far, Sota? Have you watched some of the other games today? Canada-Czech should be a great game to end off the day here. Latvia actually making this one a game against the Americans. Latvia doing a job breaking off that exit by the Americans. Latvia really fighting for possession here, and they get it. It's not pretty, but they get it. Oh, and a pass broken up by Latvia, or by the Americans, but Latvia retrieves it again, sends it in deep into the American zone. Latvia. Shot from the left side of the blue line. Doesn't get through. Rings around, is retrieved in the neutral zone. Latvia sends it back deep. Americans have it now. 1-on-3. Pass to the right side. Backhand around the net for the Americans. And again, a good job by Latvia for breaking that up. Latvia look to dump and chase here as they're looking to get a change. Half the change is completed. Latvia in the American zone behind the net. Sends it back to the blue line. Latvia has it left side. Shot from the slot and score! Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Wow. Man, both these Latvia goals have been beautiful. And I mean, no offense to the Americans. They got 25 shots on 9 here, but I mean, a dirty fucking goal, that first one by them, and the second one being a tip. This was absolute Wesley snipe, dude. Oh, I don't even know if that was that tipped? That looked like it went just pure right side. I don't know where the hell that tipped. Dude, that wasn't even tipped. That just went straight up left side. That was sick. Number 4. for Latvia. What? This is a 2-2 game. That's crazy. Third shot, if I'm not mistaken, Sean, but still. I think they went into the period with 7. Holy crap. What? And I did say that, like, the American goaltending is suspect, much like the Canadian goaltending. 3 undrafted goaltenders for the Americans. Fanenko for Team Latvia, tying this one up with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second period. Holy shit. What a goal. All right, the Americans have it now. And man, yeah, the Americans finally were getting some traction, really kind of separating themselves here from the pack. And Latvia comes right back, and it was like literally that was like what, the second time Latvia actually was moving the puck in their own zone and actually had like a little bit of time of possession. And they capitalize on it, so good on them. Latvia send it deep. Good forecheck by Latvia. And I mean, here's that confidence boost I said that Latvia had coming off their power play in that first period. They just scored and tied this game. More than, or just like 15 less shots on net compared to the Americans. And they're still in this. Again, the Americans may be faster. They may be more skilled, but Latvia, they have the better defense. They have the better goalie and the better defense. Four minutes left to go in the second period. Latvia has it, trying to get out of their own zone. They do in the neutral zone, and they're going to send that deep. Behrens carrying it in solo here. Coast to coast. Loses it. Latvia can't get it out of their own zone, though, as they're forced to go back behind their net and try to ring it off the glass. Latvia still has it behind their net in their own zone, fighting. Rung it up the right side and center here. Latvia on the entry with a nice shot. Rebound, no one there to take it. Bouncing puck. Bounces all the way back into the Latvian zone. Defender has it, sends it up left. Americans have it now. Hughes tried to set it down the left side, and he was pummeled by a Latvian player after getting rid of the puck. Captain for Latvia, who was penalized earlier in this period with a decent exit out of his own zone. Shots 26-10 for the Americans. However, it's a 2-2 game. Angus McWhorter, Merry Christmas to you, sir. I haven't seen you on many of the fight streams in a while, sir. I hope you're having a great holidays. Again, Merry Christmas to you. USA. They're not looking too good right now. I'm not going to lie. Latvia's playing a way better defensive game than they are, and Latvian's goalie is just playing out of his mind right now. So it's a little scary. It's a little scary, but I mean, there's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period and a whole third to be played. The Americans are definitely faster. They're definitely more skilled. But again, when it's coming to defense, Latvia's taking advantage of the opportunities they have on the offense and are just absolutely smothering the Americans on the defensive side. Again, happy holidays, buddy. The Americans have it, trying to exit their own zone. Latvia actually winning some neutral zone battles here, something they weren't able to do in that first period, most of the second period. Merry Christmas, Isha. I'm trying to convince myself that I am warm. It is damn cold, Angus. Angus, I actually moved to Minnesota now. So I feel you. It's damn cold here too. But I hope to see you on some more fight streams, man, as we're doing at least 3 of those a week. Last week only could do 1 due to just the holidays and the lack lack thereof of MMA. But this week and even New Year's, a ton of great stuff, ton of great streams. I'm actually right after this stream and later this evening, I'll be posting the schedule for the fight streams on the City Life Project YouTube channel. But again, Angus, it's good to see you, buddy. It's been a little while. 1 minute 40 seconds left in this second period. Shots 26-12 for the Americans, but it is a 2-2 game, and both the goals by Latvia were absolute beauties. And another whistle here. 1 minute 29 seconds left in the second period. Busy with family and work. It is good seeing you too. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. But just know, we're still there. We're still there. Brian, Brittany, the whole crew, we're still there. It's grown a little bit since the last time we saw you as well. All right, Hughes works to the middle. Doesn't get a clean shot off. The Americans still have it, though. Hughes has it. Lost his footing there. And again, Latvia, good job forcing the Americans back down into their own zone. Jack Peart alongside Hughes in this final minute here. Peart sends it deep. And the United States is offside. Again, Peart, this second period, I mean, fine. Not great, fine. I believe he was on the ice, and he was one of the 3 players who bit on that first goal by Latvia. I believe he was one of the players that bit on that left side as number 7 then rung it over to his line mate who had that beautiful cross crease goal. I believe Peart was on the ice for that one as well. So not the best night, not the worst night. Again, the Americans, for the most part, I believe, have more puck possession, have more offensive zone time than Latvia. But Latvia's defense is just really that's the crux. The Americans cannot score. They cannot get any really nice scoring chances out there. Sure, they're getting pucks to the net, and they've scored a dirty one. They scored a deflection as a result. That's what's going to happen. It is snowing a bit as I look out the window. Are you in Minnesota? I remember you mentioning you were going to move. Yeah, dude, I am. I've been here since October. Long-term traveling right now, but then going back home to Canada in the fall to get extended visas and all that stuff. So I can stay here a little longer. But yeah, very much a cold Minnesota winter. All right, final choppy period, folks. Choppy period. 49 seconds left in this second period. Shots 26-12 for the Americans. However, it's a 2-2 game. Latvia scoring 2 beautiful goals. Another whistle here. My goodness. 44 seconds. Some Latvian fans here in Moncton, New Brunswick. Very happy Latvian fans here in Moncton, New Brunswick. But yeah, Angus, check out this jersey. My roommates, it's fucking sick. Yeah, it makes everything a little bit easier. But to be honest, like, if you're Canadian and you want to move here, it's not hard. You guys like when Canadians move here. Very cool. I'm sure that your winters kick our winter's ass. Well, St. Louis, Minnesota, it's probably pretty similar, to be honest. Everywhere in North America right now is getting hit with a snowstorm. Even back home on the island is getting hit with a snowstorm. It's crazy. By the way, we're doing another maple syrup boil on our channel as well, the City Life Project YouTube channel. So go check that out if you haven't already. And we have a new video dropping on this channel literally right after this stream. There'll be a new, let's call it Hockey Canada preview. All right. It may not be an analytical preview, but I think you all, especially if you're South Park fans, you'll definitely like the video. So check that out. Literally like 5 minutes after this stream is over and this game is over, we'll post that video on this channel. Man, this has been the longest 40 seconds in hockey history. 16 seconds left. Another face-off. Let's see if this one will end the second period. Again, so nice to see Angus, Sean, Soto, Jacob loves THPN, Richie, Tom, the MVP show, RJ, MN Wild Talk, and Liam. You guys are all amazing. Victoria dropped by as well. Thank you all so much. And one last breakout for the Americans. A shot, and that will do it. 27 shots to 12 for the Americans. However, Latvia scoring two, honestly, the nicest goals in this game have come from Latvia. Latvia with that beautiful tic-tac-toe play where number 7 eventually got it to number 21. I mean, I thought when 21 passes number 7, that was going to be it. 3 Americans bit on that play and went to defend number 7 on Latvia, and he's able to get it to number 21, his line mate, with a quick pass it through the defenders. It was beautiful. The goalie wasn't even there or anything. It was wide open. Beautiful, beautiful goal. And then from the blue line, or just above anyways, Latvia takes advantage of the little control time, the little puck possession that they've had in this game. They take advantage of it, full advantage of it, and get a very, very good shot through the open lane. Not quite top corner, but top shelf, and it wasn't even tipped. So that was awesome to see. The Americans, they opened up the scoring with a dirty one, 30 seconds in, and then scored a nice tip goal as well from the blue line. But again, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. For how many shots the Americans are putting on Latvia, 27 right now. They're the faster team. They're the more skilled team. They should be up more in this game. Credit where credit is due to Latvia. They're taking advantage of their opportunities when given, and their defense and goaltending is playing out of their mind good. Like, they are smothering the Americans, smothering them. It's insane. Again, if you're new to this channel, folks, we primarily post video clips of our podcast, the Sota Pod Hockey Podcast. So go check it out, the Sota Pod, wherever you get your podcasts from. That's SOTA, Sota. We're a Minnesota hockey and craft beer podcast, ranging from the Minnesota Wild, NHL talk, national craft beer talk, as well as college hockey and Minnesota Wild prospects. So there's something for everyone if you're a fan of hockey in this great state. Hell, even if you're outside the state. So check out the podcast, the Sota Pod. And on this channel, again, video clips from the podcast, exclusive and behind the scenes brewery walkthroughs, tours, interviews from our friends here in the craft beer industry in this great state of Minnesota, as well as much, much more, and more interactive and custom live streams to come. So subscribe to the channel, like the video. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. On the other side, we will run down Jack Peart, his play so far in this game. We'll continue to run down what I've been seeing in regards to Latvia, what I've been seeing in regard to the States. I will say Jack Peart had a good first period. 5-on-5, you didn't really notice him much, which wasn't a bad thing at all. The Americans had more possession. They had more offensive zone time. He looked good on the first PK unit when Latvia went on their power play in the first period, and then looked good 5-on-5 at the end of the first period. In the second period, I believe he was on the ice for that, tic-tac-toe play by Latvia. And other than that, he's just been okay. Got a couple shifts with Luke Hughes towards the end of the period. He's solid. His passes haven't been broken up or anything like that, and it's not on him to score. So I can't dog him too much. He was okay in the second. He was good in the first. But overall, the Americans just have to use their speed and skill to their advantage here. Start pulling the trigger a little bit more. Put pucks on net, because when they put pucks on net, that's when they frazzled the Latvians a little bit more than when they're just trying to make those fancy pass plays. They moved the puck well in their power play, but Latvia's smothered them pretty much every single time. Leafs fan 91. God, I hate the Leafs, but I'll give you a shout out anyways. There you go, Leafs fan 91. There's you're unsubscribing. Okay, I just gave you a shout out. Shout out to the Leafs fan here. Look at this Leafs fan. And if you want to unsubscribe now, then you're just a fucking dick. There you go. The only Maple Leaf that really counts. Am I right? Thank you for joining Leafs fan 91. Oh, look at that. I gave him some love and he unsubscribed. See, that's why Leafs fans are the worst. Appreciate you joining. Okay, on the other side, we'll continue to run down Jack Peart, Team USA, and Latvia. Latvia tied this one up. It is a 2-2 game. Latvia, the United States. Folks, again, shout out to everybody who's joined. Shout out to everyone who subscribed. Shout out to everyone who liked the video. You all are amazing. We'll continue to stream. I subscribed again. Attaboy. Attaboy.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
I appreciate you, even though you're a Leafs fan. I appreciate you because you're a Canada fan, and that's all that counts. We're totally interactive here, as you can see in the live chat as well, and we're going to be doing some more interactive wild game day streams that are less of just like play-by-play, more interaction, more just a lot of fun stuff going on. On those, we'll continue to preview and tease those more on this channel down the road. For the time being, though, again, we post our podcast video clips, brewery tours, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes stuff with our friends in the craft beer industry, as well as Team USA. And for the first time ever, Minnesota Wild prospect watch in this tournament. Hell, if it's successful, if you guys like it, maybe we'll do a little bit for the U18s as well, if there's some prospects there, and we'll 100% do some college coverage like we did last season too. We're going to take a quick break here, 4 to 5 minutes break. Again, we'll run down Team USA, we'll run down Jack Peart, we'll run down Latvia on the other side again, but just quickly before I let you guys go for a quick break here, 28-12 shots for the Americans. Face-off wins 22-17 for the Americans as well. Going into the second period, Latvia was actually up in face-off, so the Americans come back in that regard. The shots are pretty much tied. The Americans have well surpassed Latvia there as well. Hey, but where it counts the most, it is tied, and Latvia's looked damn good in this game defensively. Shout out to you, Leafs fan, one more time. Angus, Sean, Soto, Jacob, Victoria, Richie, the MVP show, RJ, Tom, Victoria, and MN Wild, and Liam. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll be back here on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Like and subscribe. We'll be back for the third period here in just a moment's time, live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel.
Are you also thinking, how can I look fly as for the holiday season? Well, then we have the answer for you. Go check out the CityLifeProject.com. Yes, our channel's official merch site. We will be adding seasonal merch all the time, updating the store, exclusive seasonal drops as well. We just started out. If you want to support the channel more than our exclusive members, shout out to all of these beauties. Then go ahead and check out the store. Again, let us know if you have any suggestions for merch that you would love to buy, and we appreciate all the support again.
Hey. What you guys doing?
Stuff?
I like stuff.
Welcome to the Bach Channel Brewing All Hockey Hard Team 3.0. Starting things off is Milton Biggs, but they actually call him Tiny because of that toothpick of a stick. I guess it's not about the size of the lumber, but how you swing it around the net, eh? First we had Goldie Goldthorpe, then we saw Ogie Oglethorpe, and now we've got Tommy Tomthorpe. Except nobody's afraid of Tommy Tomthorpe. Next we have the Tiger King's latest love interest, Meow. Joe Exotic actually found this elusive ice cat while on the prowl for a snow leopard. Next up is the hockey version of Michael Bolton. We know the man loves his woman, but he gives everything he's got for that grungy Seattle flow. Speaking of flow, This little spinorama should change your name to Farrah Flosette and maybe work on those hair flips a bit while you're at it. Lastly, at first glance it appears that we're getting a new age version of Carl Rocky, but that quickly fades after that one-footed drag stop. Intimidation erased. That concludes the 2022 All Hockey Hair Team. Good luck to all the state participants out there, and watch out for the Flonados and Hurricanes.
Are you also thinking, how can I look fly as for the holiday season? Well, then we have the answer for you. Go check out thecitylifeproject.com. Yes, our channel's official merch site. We will be adding seasonal merch all the time, updating the store, exclusive seasonal drops as well. We just started out. If you want to support the channel more than our exclusive members, shout out to all of these beauties. Then go ahead and check out the store. Again, let us know if you have any suggestions for merch that you would love to buy, and we appreciate all the support again.
And we are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for our first ever, that's right, first ever Minnesota Wild prospect watch. Minnesota Wild have a few prospects featuring in this tournament, folks. Starting with the USA game, we have prospects on team, or we have a prospect on Team Canada, Slovakia, Czechia, as well as, I'm missing one. Jeez. Oh, Sweden, of course, Liam Ogren. So we are going to at least stream one of the games for every single team throughout this tournament, or every single team where we have a prospect that is the Minnesota Wild as a prospect on the roster. Now, as far as Minnesota hockey, look no further than this Team USA team for featuring a ton of college kids. That's right, the Minnesota Golden Gophers and St. Cloud. Actually, Jack Peart, the Minnesota Wild prospect, is a St. Cloud defenseman himself. I put my brew out in the great natural refrigerator. Yeah, I mean, be careful it doesn't freeze. Hey, can't stay long. Just logged on YouTube and saw you were streaming. Hey, Shane, again, Merry Christmas to you, my brother. Please send my love to the family as well, and I can't wait to catch up after the holiday season. Actually, Shane, I can't wait to catch up when I post my fight schedule and you point out that one of my times is wrong, because you always help me change it. You always catch it before I do, and I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, buddy. Again, all the best to you and the fam. Third period is about to begin again. Story of this game thus far is the Americans, and Jack Peart is actually getting the start here for the face-off. The story of the Americans, they've been faster, they've been quicker, like faster north-south, quicker as far as their playmaking, and they're more talented. We've seen how great they move the puck, especially on their power play. However, they're just not pulling the trigger enough, and credit where credit is due to Team Latvia. Their defense has been incredible. Their goaltending has been incredible, and they've taken advantage of the few opportunities offensively that they've had. Merry Christmas to everyone, and I appreciate you, Shane. All right, third period has begun. Shots 28-12 in favor of the Americans. Jack Peart on the ice to start. Alongside Jack Hughes. So Peart and Hughes playing as a pairing. Peart on the breakout right now. And again, Peart hasn't had any bad first passes. His breakouts have been fine. His defense overall has been fine. I mean, he had one bad play where three of the Americans bit on the play that Latvia was employing, and it worked for Latvia. They were able to get that pass off three men, focused on one of the guys instead of shooting. Beautiful cross-crease pass. And that led to the first goal for Latvia, which was absolutely gorgeous. Other than that, Peart's had a pretty damn good game. Good PK. Good crease clear. Latvia and Austria had good underdog stories last year. Austria got absolutely tuned by Sweden earlier today, Shane. But yeah, Latvia, I mean, They're kind of like Switzerland, where they're not even close to the upper tier teams in that they're not going to win this tournament ever, but they can hold their own and be a pain in the ass for some of the top teams. I mean, Shane, Finland lost to Switzerland in overtime earlier today. Nice move by the Americans, and a beautiful backhand goal by Lucius, the Manitoba Moose prospect and former Minnesota Golden Gopher, with a beautiful backhand shot. But again, folks, second period, the Americans scored. 30 seconds in, Latvia were able to come back. That was just a bad defensive mover. Number 5 from Latvia couldn't glove down the puck, and oh my goodness, that was a hell of a backhand by number 16. Oh, backhand dragon. That was beautiful again. That was on the Latvian defender who wasn't able to glove and settle the puck. And the Americans were on him. Beautiful, beautiful goal by the Americans. They make this 3-2. 2 minutes into this third period. Come on, USA, score 3 goals. I want to be able to say Latvia. But yeah, Shane, Latvia, a solid program in that they always have really good goaltending and defense, even at the Olympic level. I think when Canada in Vancouver, I believe Canada, was it Vancouver or Sochi? Maybe it was Sochi, but I know Canada had issues playing Latvia where I believe it was a tight game, like Canada won 2-1 against Latvia or something like that, and Latvia's goaltending had like 60 saves or something crazy like that. Oh, that backhand. Beautiful. 29 shots for the Americans, 12 for Latvia. The Americans back on top 3-2. 18 minutes left in this third period. Again, shout out to everyone joining. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we're totally interactive. Drop a comment in the live chat, much like Shane, Angus, Leafs fan, Sean, Soto, Jacob, Victoria, Liam. I missed anybody? Richie, the MVP show and Radar, Tom, RJ as well. Shout out to you all. You guys are amazing. Hey, check out my second channel if you haven't already. I know a lot of you support my fight stuff. The City Life Project. Check it out. Latvia now on the breakout here. Latvia, possession behind the net, and they lose it. The Americans get it right now. Latvia, good job of breaking up the American possession there, but they lose it. Latvia gets it back. The captain, number 9, has it. Outskates the American there as the American burns a tire. Peart with it. Good pass up the wing now. Peart still on the ice. Hughes with the breakout. High slot. Tried to set up Hughes on the left side. Hughes wasn't in place. Hughes, very much like Quinn, very much a rover on the back end, though, a bigger body. The Americans bring it in. They dump in as they look for a change. Americans, good job of keeping it in here. Gauthier with it now. Circling the zone. Unable to get the pass. There was number 6 for the Americans back into the neutral zone. Sharks legend Arturs Ibre was from Latvia. That's true. Backhand deflection rebound, and the Americans don't capitalize. Wide open opportunity for the Americans there. What other Latvian studs were there in the NHL? Like, they are a good hockey nation. They're not a great hockey nation, but they are a good hockey nation. I know I'm missing a really famous one. All right, I'm bringing it up on Wikipedia right now. Bum. Well, the Canucks had a few too. Arturs, Silvos, Elvis Merce Lincolns. Teddy Bluger, dude. How could I forget? Freaking Mankato legend, Teddy Bluger. He's Latvian. There's quite a bit of players. Armand Behrens, he played for the Minnesota Wild in 2002. Yeah, and there is Artus Ibre, 1989, Minnesota North Stars, baby. You don't even know where Latvia is? The only time I hear about them is World Juniors. What are you, Shane? American? You don't know where anything is other than in the States? Sorry to throw a jab at you Americans. It's just hilarious to like you don't know where any of Canada's provinces are. It's and I swear I could get at least 40 of the 50 states if you just gave me like a blank sheet and name. But it is what it is. I mean, as hockey fans, Americans should just know every province, I feel like, by now. And Shane, you're Canadian. I hold you to a higher regard. You should know where Latvia is. Sanic Zolic, another Latvian player. Yeah, I brought up the list on Wikipedia. There's quite a bit. There's quite a few. 1340 left in this third period. Shots 33-12 for the Americans. Latvia with a shot and blocked by the Americans. Again, I'm very impressed with Latvia's defense here. Very, very impressed. Their goaltender, he's given up a lot of rebounds, but he's solid. And as I say that, 2 more rebounds by the Latvian goaltender. Americans have it left side blue line. Ring it in. Bouncing puck. Oh, bad pass by the Latvians. Oh, and that leads to an American goal. Oh, he's good. The coach is not going to be happy about that one for Latvia. Latvia got possession, and instead of ringing it out to the right side, he passes back right to the American player who was there, gets it, passes 4-2 USA. Because of risk, I know some countries, but not Latvia. Fair enough. I literally have a world map hanging on my wall right now. Oh, geez, Shane. When I was going to high school in America, I still thought the Washington Wizards were from Washington State until I went to university. I know that Canada and Denmark now share an island on the Atlantic coast. What's the island? I don't even know that. What's the island? Now I'm actually curious. Pauline, what's going on? World Junior should come to Newfoundland. I think it does quite a... No, I shouldn't say quite a bit, but I know it does from time to time. I want to say in the last decade it was in Newfoundland, no? Pauline, it's nice to see you again. Hans Island. Is that it? Hans Island? Oh, no, it's... Yeah, Hans Island, divided between Nunavut and Greenland. You could locate more states than me, probably. Probably. I think I can confidently get 40 of them without, like, even really having to think much. It's the southern ones for me. I just don't know I don't know where, like, I know most of them on that belt. I just don't know the order of all of them. It is called Hans Island. I demand Auld Lang Syne on today's show and the Drew Barrymore show and the Kelly Clarkson show, and today with Hoda and Jenna. And it's this morning. There you go. Greenland is part of Denmark. Yeah. That's sweet. That's sweet. Look at that. Canada. Just sharing islands. Now, in the U.S. can't even share Alaska with us. I mean, come on, U.S. Get it together. Again, shout out to everyone viewing in and out of this stream. Like the video. Drop a comment in the live chat. Totally interactive here. Subscribe to the channel because we are posting a fun Canadian team rundown. It may not be as analytical as you expect, but trust me, you need to watch this before or while you're watching the Canada game because it is a tremendous breakdown featuring our boy Spoked Z. I know the South, too. For me, it's the Northeast. I don't know very well. Because of hockey and college hockey now, Shane, I know the Northeast pretty well because I know so many places where there's NCAA hockey teams. And honestly, UFC and MMA has helped too because just looking where all these fighters are from, a lot of them are from small towns in like random states. What are you demanding? If the demand is not met, play my Cup Nappers video. I don't know what your demand is. You said you demand Audlan Singh on today's show. I ain't the producer of the Today Show. I'm confused. Power play for the United States. 12 minutes left in this third period. 1 minute 45 seconds left on the American power play as they gain the zone. Denmark shouldn't have taken Trump's offer for Greenland. $1 trillion would come in handy right about now. Or they should have taken. Yeah, that would have probably helped. That's how much Trump wanted Greenland for? That's crazy. I've been staring at maps almost since the day I was born. Yeah, I'm a topography guy myself. I don't know if you guys watch Trailer Park Boys. When Ricky's trying to say the word topography. We need the fucking land papers, Jim. Okay, Pauline. So that's sure. I'll just fly to New York with all these delayed flights due to the weather, and tell the Today. I don't even know what the Today Show is. That Riley demands host to sing Auld Lang Syne. I'll put in a good word if I can, but I cannot promise, Pauline, that I'm going to fly to New York. Oh man, I can barely afford to feed myself, let alone fly to New York City. I don't even know what the Today Show is, but I'll do my best, Pauline. I'm marking that as my homework. Good job again by the Latvian goaltender there. 26 seconds left in the U.S. power play. There you go, Pauline. Angus got your back. I'll go to the Today Show and shut it down. I hate that show. All right, let's go, baby. Shut it down. 18 seconds left for the Americans. I learned my countries and continents from the board game Risk. Another beautiful opportunity by the States. They're trying to poke it in and they don't get it. Shots 36-12 for the Americans as their power play ends. I'm so confused. Or there'll be a war in Scotland if the Today Show is a morning show. Okay. I didn't know the nations were battling over the Today Show's start times, but I can imagine that it might ruffle some feathers. 37 shots to the American, 12 from Latvia. I mean, the shots were tied in the first period, folks. The U.S. getting more opportunities in that second period. Latvia, though, scoring 2 beautiful goals. They tie it up. That third one was great by the Team USA. Beautiful backhand in the opening 2 minutes of this third period. And then that second goal to make it 4-2 that the Americans scored. I mean, that was off just a terrible play by Latvia, where instead of ringing it to the right side out of their zone, the defenseman passed it backwards, blindly right to an American player. Nice shot by the Americans there, and another save by Latvia. I have that game. It is awesome. Mr. Hockey Clayton. What's going on, Clayton? USA. Is there a Today Show in Scotland? I have no idea. The Americans have it. 40 shots. Now our Latvian players are starting to slow down. Confidence, obviously, after that last one. That last goal is a little shot. What's their number, Pauline? Next year won't be in Newfoundland, I know, because they had it back-to-back in Canada, so they are going to Europe next year, but hopefully the year after we'll see it on the West Coast. I know they've had it in Newfoundland before. Let me see. Let's see here, Pauline. Eight minutes left in this third period. Shots 40-13 for the Americans as they lead 4-2. Bum, 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 bum. I'm just seeing if Newfoundland ever... I know they've hosted World Juniors before. I don't know. I can't find a list right off a quick search, but I'm pretty sure they have. Wow, so the Americans are really taking charge in this one, folks. It was a little concerning at the end of the second period. Latvia scoring that goal late really started to push and make the Americans struggle a little bit, for a lack of a better term. But the Americans scoring early like they did in that second period, and now have come scoring again, taking advantage of a slip up by that Latvian defender who made that blind backwards pass right to the American player. Jack Peart, who we are watching with a very close eye, number 23 for Team USA on the back end. I mean, he's having a very, very good game. I mean, a little bit of a slip up in that second period, which led to one of the Latvia goals. But other than that, he's been solid. All of his breakout passes, all of his passes on the back end have been great. He's been really good positionally. And if anything, and maybe less is more here, but he's looked better than Hughes. Now, Hughes has been buzzing around everywhere, making a little bit more happen. I get it. But I don't know. He seems a little bit more solid right now. No issues with him. No issues with him. 8 minutes left in this third and final period, folks. Latvia with a shot in the slot and a great save by the American. Another face-off will come in the American zone. Again, like the video, folks. Drop a comment in the live chat and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications too, so you never miss an upload. We're actually uploading a great new Team Canada rundown. Throw the analytics out the window. That's not what this rundown is about. If you're a fan of South Park, you will really appreciate it, but it will literally be posted right at the end of this stream, so stay tuned for that in 8 to 10 minutes time. Again, shout out Pauline, Angus, Mr. Hockey, Clayton, Shane, Sean. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Who else has been joining us? Tom, Leafs fan, Soto, Jacob, Richie, MVP, RJ, Victoria, and Liam. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining. Gauthier on the left side with a nice shot and even nicer glove save by Latvia. Just looking at the replay there. Yeah, I mean, Latvia's goalie, like I said, tremendous game. Win or lose, tremendous game. Latvia getting a few more shots here as they play a little less defense and a little more offense, rolling the dice a little bit. I mean, they need 2 goals in this last 7 minutes and 39 seconds. They're going to put their trust in their goaltender, probably abandon a little bit of that heavy defense that they've been employing, just smothering the Americans to try to get maybe some more breakouts and zone exits so they can get some more opportunities late in this game. Okay, here's a better look at the stats, folks. If you want a better look at them throughout this stream, you just let me know and I can make them bigger on the screen for you. Latvian goaltender sends one around. The Americans get it behind the net. Sends it left side. Americans still have it. Left side, left wall. Behind the net. Wraparound attempts. Pad save, but the Latvian goaltender is still on the ground. He doesn't have a stick. The Americans, though, not pouncing. Latvian goaltender still doesn't have his stick. He's able to grab it now as a shot from the left side, or the right side from Team USA goes wide. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in this third period. Shot by the Americans goes up and out, and we're going to have another face-off in the Latvian zone. 41 shots to 15 as we near the end of this game, folks. The Americans finally getting rewarded a little bit for, all the shots that they've been putting on the net. Latvia abandoning their super tight defense towards the end of this game right now, and I don't blame them. They got to take some chances to try to get back in this game. Six minutes and 30 seconds left in this third period. And there we go. Goal. I don't know who that one was off. A shot from the blue line there. And the Hughes sends it in, and that is 5-2 USA. Shane, you always do this to me. Clearly, I'm watching something that's a little bit behind here. I don't got TSN in the States, Shane. Come on. So Hughes sends one in. It doesn't even look like that was deflected. A straight shot from Hughes on the back end. That might have gone off. Like the only American close to the lane. I'm going to take one more look. Do we have another replay? Wow. 6 minutes and 31 seconds left in this third period, and the Americans are seemingly running away with it now. 42-15 in shots. It is a 5-2 game. Yeah, Shane, I ain't watching the scoreboard. I'm watching the TV here. And how crazy is it that TSN, this is TSN's broadcast tournament, yet it's not on ESPN. Freaking NHL network. 6 minutes left in this third period. Latvia, they have a tall task if they want to get back in this game. They need 3 goals in the final 6 minutes. Luke Hughes getting credited for that one. No assists. Peart on the ice for that one. Great job by him. Okay, it does say that Peart's going to get credited with an assist there. Oh, there you go. Then you even got to see the score change before me. It was a nice goal though. Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes' younger brother, the youngest of the Hughes brothers, fired one off the blue line, Shane, and it was a beautiful goal. He's bigger than Quinn Hughes, is like height. He's just stockier as well, but he skates a lot like him. His game is very much similar to him. Jack Peart, who we're keeping a close eye on, the Minnesota Wild prospect, the St. Cloud State defenseman. He's in this game for the American, Shane, and he's actually Luke Hughes' line mate, his defensive partner. I don't think they start. Correct me if I'm wrong. For those who've been starting the game from start to finish, I don't think they were a pairing in the beginning of the game. I think it was as soon as Latvia scored one is when they made that adjustment. I could be wrong, but again, Peart was pretty quiet in the first period. 5-2 indeed. Let's go.
Yeah, that shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Again, credit where credit is due to this Latvian team, though. They're playing unbelievable defense. Five minutes and 40 seconds left in this third period. Face off center of the ice. 43 shots for the Americans, 15 for Latvia. Going into this period, it was tied 2-2. It is now a 5-2 game. Great comment there by the broadcast. What the Latvians know now moving forward is that their goalie can bail them out a bit. They're going to get saves from their goaltender. Maybe they play a little bit more loose offensively in their next matchups, knowing that, hey, when we played our best defense and kind of abandoned let's be honest, a lot of the offensive schemes here, they were able to shut down the Americans. I mean, they're so good at smothering them in the first two periods. Maybe they play some, teams a little bit less deep, a little bit less talented. They'll be able to employ a little bit of a mix. And I think Latvia could be a little dangerous, especially to the mid-tier and lower-tier teams in this tournament. But right now, the Americans are just buzzing right now, buzzing with the chances. A lot of big boys for the Americans, too. Snuggeroo on the line with Cooley. Snuggeroo comes in offside. Again, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, folks. We primarily post video clips of our podcast as well as exclusive content that we film with Minnesota craft breweries, whether it's brew tours, walkthroughs, interviews, as well as some, comedic fun content as well. One of them being actually our Team Canada rundown, which is going to be posted and made public to all you folks directly after this stream. Puck dumped in the Latvian zone. 4 minutes left in this third period. The Americans. Nice pass. Nice deep pass and right by himself. Oh my goodness. Snuggeroo was right in front of the net there. And a beautiful block shot by number 4 on Latvia. I mean, what a defensive mishap there by Latvia. Beautiful, beautiful cross ice pass right into the Latvian zone. Gauthier, my apologies. Oh, right under the arm. He has the goaltender beat, but he doesn't have the post beaten. Beautiful shot by Gauthier. Beats the goalie, doesn't beat the post. RJ, tomorrow, Buffalo Sabres versus Columbus Blue Jackets game postponed, canceled, weather. You know what? Good riddance, RJ, because no one's going to be watching that shit anyways. We're going to be watching World Juniors. Three minutes and 30 seconds left. Far side shot by Latvia. Americans get possession back. Yeah, Latvia looks gassed. They look a little defeated here. Shadow of what they were in the second and first period. It looks like the Americans came in offside or the puck bounced out. Again, the first game of this tournament officially for Latvia, and you have to think that they're happy. They're not going to be happy with the result, but they're probably happy with the effort. Number 5 for Latvia, who blocked that shot. It looks like his left arm is compromised. He's getting some ice on it right now. This might be it for him in this game. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. We're going to have a face-off center of the ice here, and the Americans win it. Yeah, and look, look at that. Latvian's defender bumblefucks it. And that's something we have not seen Latvia's defense play lackluster at all throughout this game. And lo and behold, you can see that the confidence was taken from them. And they're making defensive mishaps that they have not been doing at all throughout this game. The Americans are taking full advantage of that as they come into the right side now. Shot, rebound, unbelievable save by the Latvian goaltender again. That one might be in. Man, that's on the ref to call there, but it looked like the puck was actually on the inside of the post where the goalie made the save. Maybe Latvia ran out of gas. The USA started taking them more seriously. I think it's a little bit of both, Shane, as well as, like I said, that fourth goal for the Americans shouldn't have been. It was a nice goal, but the Americans shouldn't have had that opportunity. That was a 100% a mistake by the Latvian player. He had a teammate in front of him, and he was trying to make a zone exit. And instead of passing forward, he passed backwards right to an American player. American player passed to his boy. He scores, right? So it was just like that was a free goal you gave away. And I think after that, they looked a little defeated. You know, the Luke Hughes goal right from the blue line, and you have 3 goals to make up in a game where it's been tough to score them. And I feel like, you know, the wins, what's the saying? There's no wind to their sails. That, and they're probably tired. The U.S. are a quick team. That, and you know, maybe just a little, the U.S. getting a burst of energy too, because the U.S. have been streaky all this game. They've been up and down. This third period is the best period the Americans have played thus far. Getting like 1,000 text messages. That's on my phone. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. The Americans left side, pass down the middle. No one there. Americans still have it. Send it deep. Latvia trying to win the battle here. They do, and get the puck out to the neutral zone. I watched it, Shane. Yeah, it was pretty good. Have to say, I like the Kansas City football, the 2 seasons the best, but it was pretty good. Latvia, 7,898 players registered with the IIHF. USA has 551,006. How much does Canada have? That's a lot. 500,000 players. The U.S. breaking out of their own zone here. 1 minute and 34 seconds left. Latvia breaking it up, sends the puck to the neutral zone, battling for it. Latvia, U.S. The U.S. gets it back in their own zone, and a nice pass right back to the Latvia zone. They hold it. Latvia trying to break it apart, and they don't, and a shot from the slot goes up and wide. Man, that was a beautiful opportunity by the Americans, and yeah, wide open shot from the slot there. Oh, and that was an opportunity by Latvia. They almost had it. They almost had it. I mean, yeah, Latvia, they if they even finish 4th in this, then they won't face relegation. And I don't want to see this team be relegated. Austria, you can leave. Latvia, they're fun to watch. They're a fun team to root for if it's not your team like the Americans playing them, or Canada for me. They're a good underdog team like Switzerland to root for. Canada is 513,674, a higher percentage of their population compared to the USA. Yeah, but get this, Angus. You guys in the States have 10 times or 15 times the maybe even more, 10 or 15 times the population of Canada? That's the one thing I'm naive to. I don't know how many people you guys have in your country, but you have way more than Canada. I wonder how many of those 500,000 come from Ontario too. Probably a good 300 to 400 of them. Yeah, Canada's 1/10 the population in the States. .46 seconds left in this third period. 46 shots for the U.S., 16 shots for Latvia. Latvia, one more chance to get something here. Shot goes wide. Latvia still has it. I mean, hey, I respect this. Latvia just going balls to the wall here to just try to get one more goal. Make the Americans sweat for the last 20 seconds as they hold possession here. Nice pass in front of the net. 10 seconds. Final 10 seconds here. U.S. regain possession. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Malaysia has 110 players registered. That's a fun exercise to do, actually. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Americans take this one in a nail-biter for most of the game. Let's be honest here. Latvia playing unbelievable defense gave the Americans a scare here. Opposite stories as far as the goaltenders, as the young, 18-year-old goaltender for Team USA, undrafted against an absolute stud NAHL player in net for Latvia. But USA takes this one, baby. USA takes this one 5-2. And let's be honest, Jack Peart, Jack Peart, who is the star of this show, Minnesota Wild Prospect Watch, he had a great game. First period, didn't really notice him much, 5-on-5, and that was mostly because the Americans had most of the possession time, most of the shot opportunities, most of the offense. As soon as Latvia went on their power play in the first period, Jack Peart, he was on the first PK unit, looked really good. He had some great opportunities where he cleared the crease with ease. And in the second period, he looked damn good as well, playing alongside Luke Hughes. If anything, he played a better defensive game than Luke Hughes. I know Luke Hughes' game isn't primarily defense. Until Luke Hughes scored that goal, I would say that Peart was having probably just a better defensive game overall than him. And then Peart looked like an absolute monster in that third period. None of his breakout passes were bad. If anything, they all helped the team. He looked solid back there defensively. I was really impressed with what I saw from the St. Cloud Minnesota Wild prospect. There you go. USA takes their first game here. Canada's next, folks, I believe. Yeah, I guess Canada's game is coming up right away. We're not going to stream it, but our boy Tom is going to stream it. So go check out our friend Tom on his channel. And again, one last time, subscribe to this channel, like the video. I appreciate it. We are going to be doing more Minnesota Wild prospect watches. We have prospects on Team Canada, on Slovakia, the Czechs, and Sweden. So we're at least going to do one game throughout this tournament to watch and highlight our Minnesota Wild prospect. Right after this video is posted, keep refreshing because I am going to make public our latest video, and it's a fun one. It's a Canadian hockey rundown. Throw analytics out the window. Our rundown, you're going to want to hear our rundown. So check that out, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications so you never miss a live stream or upload on this channel. Again, this channel is our podcast channel. We primarily post video clips of the podcast. So if you want to hear more of the show, we have content dropping every single weekday. Now it's a little sporadic during the holidays, but as soon as the New Year's hits, we'll be right back to our schedule. The Sota Pod flagship show Monday and Wednesdays, Brewery Travels on Tuesdays, MNCAA on Thursdays, and Judd's Buds on Friday. If you're lucky enough to listen today, we dropped a Judd's Buds episode today just because Hoppy and I couldn't get around to recording, but we're here doing a stream for you folks. USA take this game 5-2. It's been awesome hanging out with you folks. Angus, Shane, RJ, Pauline, Mr. Hockey, Clayton. I'm just going to go through and give you all shouts. Sean Cosgrove, Victoria, Leafs Forever, Soto, Jacob, The MVP Show, Richie, MN Wild Talk, and Liam Wolf. Thank you all so much for joining. Again, Angus, happy holidays, my man. Same with you, Shane. Keep your eye out for these, Angus. And again, check out the City Life Project YouTube channel again, because it's grown a lot since you hung out with us last, my good friend. Until next time, folks, and we'll get them up and posted very, very soon. And I'll post the schedule of when we're going to be doing more of these prospect watches in the next, by tomorrow morning. Again, appreciate you all. Check out the podcast, the Sota Pod, wherever you get your podcast from. Like and subscribe, and I will see you folks tomorrow for some more World Junior Hockey. Don't forget to check out the video we're posting right after this. Peace. I'm out of here, folks.
you